Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Manutd edition. And today, the day after the nightmare at Old Trafford Street, we are down again with our familiar guest. We have Vimal from UK. Vimal, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
Ben's the controversial one from United States, Houston Red Army. Ben's welcome.
What's going on?
Richard, the guy who tells you as it is, no Connors cut, he tells you just as it is. Richard, welcome to the show. Representing the UK. Good. Right, we all saw it. We were on the podcast on Saturday. This was the first time everybody on the podcast said the same thing. United were not going to win. That they would not win. They would lose, but we were all thinking 2-1, 3-2, 1-0. No one saw 5-0. No one saw that. But we saw it live and direct yesterday. Vimal, let's get right into it. 5-0. We were under Moyes, Van Gaal, and Mourinho. We'd never be 4-0 down at halftime. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Right. People say, if Bruno had put his chance away, we would have not. No. Liverpool would come back easily.
Yeah, I mean, it was Freddie Krueger came to visit Old Trafford. Freddie Krueger and his team, and they chopped us up. I mean, we've kind of predicted this because we talk about this week after week that there's a system in place which doesn't work. It's not effective, and the players are not signed up to it. There's a lack of belief in that team. You can see, the guys are not hungry. They're not chasing for that ball. There's no pressing, no counter pressing because probably we're not coached to do that. And so, if you let the opposition have the ball, you're going to allow them to create the chances. And that's
33% possession at home.
33%. Wow. Man,
at home.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. So, yeah. But there's some interesting stats, though, I'd like to share with you.
Go on.
And Richie, you'll probably be privy to this because it was on Match of the Day. So this season, in terms of tackles won, we are 20th in terms of rank out of all the teams, so right at the bottom.
Literally,
in terms of
the last, who's there anyone else worse than us?
20th.
20th, bottom.
That's bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, 20 teams. We're the worst. We are the worst. Errors leading to shots. So errors prior to a team having a shot, 20th. Clean sheets, 18th. Goals conceded, 16th. So in terms of rank, we are right at the bottom, relegation zone. Okay. So if we carry on with this management, you know where we're going.
You see all that what United are looking at now is just papering over the cracks. Like I said, when you pull those stats out, you're like, we are not doing well. Because in the last 4 Premiership games, out of 12, I think we've taken 1 point against Everton. Lost to Villa, drew with Everton, lost to Leicester, lost to Liverpool. That's 1 point, bro. 1 out of 12. Yeah.
Shocking.
No,
and a team that we struggled against, who was it, Villa or Everton? They were defeated quite easily. Who was it? It was a weekend result.
Even last week, the Villa who beat us 2 weeks ago, Spurs dispatched them.
There you go. And we're facing Spurs next.
Who remembers Brentford and Liverpool? Newly promoted Brentford, the second ever game in the Premier League. They have Liverpool 3-3.
And the worst thing about it is Brentford played better than us. And look at our squad. Our squad is worth 400 million plus.
Man, please.
Was that game played in Brentford or was it played
in Brentford? They were the home team. They were that you can call the underdog because they've never been to the Premier League before. The first ever home visit by Liverpool. They gave Liverpool a run for the 3-3 draw, bro. We get dash 5-0.
Wow, that's bad.
Richard, talk to me. When you were watching that game yesterday, you saw Bruno miss that first chance. They worked the ball, Rashford to Ronaldo, Ronaldo to Pogba, to Bruno, put the ball in the net. I don't know what that brother was doing.
Yeah, I thought it would have been a tighter game, to be honest, but I just think that the structure of the whole team was disorganized. One person was pressing. I think Ronaldo was briefly pressing. The rest wasn't. It was totally
for some reason. I thought Ronaldo did well by trying to chase people down. For one reason,
yeah, exactly. It was a really disjointed performance. But I think the shocking thing was the lack of organization in defense. So Maguire, Luke Shaw continually being pulled out of position, not keeping his position. I think that was a really big problem, and we were punished, and they carved us open. I think the disappointing thing is that Ollie couldn't really see the warning signs against Atalanta on Wednesday, and
in that first half. How could you not see that in the first half? Atalanta game. How do you not see that in the first half? It was so obvious that when he changed in second half, things changed. Vimal and I'll play that clip. Vimal and Adam said the only way you're gonna beat Liverpool is play the second half, play that first half against Liverpool. If you play the first half as we played Atlanta against Liverpool, we will be destroyed. And we were destroyed. What more do you need to know, Ole? I mean, come on, bro. God damn.
Yeah. He's winging it. Ole is winging it.
He was hoping for individual brilliance yesterday. Or maybe Rashford, you know. It don't work like that, bro. This is a... man, please. Richard, so would you... The first goal, when you saw Luke Shaw left by himself with two guys, I mean, I don't know even where Maguire and Lindelof were at that point, because I literally blanked out.
Yeah. Well, look, it's been happening all season. If you look at the majority of the goals that we've conceded, it always comes from 90% of the time comes from that side of the pitch. So it's clearly an issue that's reoccurring. It's an issue that coaching haven't necessarily resolved, and it's an issue that really I've been seeing since the end of last season. I think when just before Maguire got injured, he was making that same mistake. So it's a systemic thing, you know, no matter who you bring in, it will continue to happen. We've seen that we've conceded sloppy goals even with Varane in defense. Obviously not as many, but we've still been conceding sloppy goals. So it's been a systemic problem, and it stems down to coaching, player indiscipline. But I think it's just a matter of Ollie picking his favourites. Maguire's hardly kicked a football the past few weeks, right? But he still goes straight into the first 11.
Exactly. And so against Leicester.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a recurring theme from Ollie's tenure. You know, he picks his favourites, but it's not been working out for him. But he'll be the one to fall on his sword anyway, as a result of his tactical incompetence, and he'll be gone. He's pretty much gone. We know this. He will not be here within. Yeah, I think he's gone personally. Yeah.
Bems, we watched it together. We were at the bar watching it at the Manutd pub.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the funny thing was, I mean, I wasn't surprised. I knew that at some point we would get a result that would be so bad that it will get so many of the fans that were not Ole out to all of a sudden become Ole out, because it will take a bunch of bad results back to back. At some point, this was coming. It was always coming. Even if you look back to last season, it was always coming. It's happened now. I mean, the game yesterday was terrible, man. What I saw from the game, I did not see a group of players that were playing for that manager. The only person that was trying to do that was really pissed. The person that was really pissed off at that result, at the way we were playing, was Cristiano Ronaldo. And the reason why he was so angry is because the guy is a winner. He doesn't like to lose games. He just doesn't like to lose games. That doesn't mean he's playing for Ole. It doesn't mean he's I think he's playing for United, playing for the badge, and for as in his own personal as in reasons. He just doesn't like to lose games. He's a winner. But if you look at the way we lost that game, and the defensive, like the way we conceded those goals were just like,
the first three were terrible.
It doesn't. It's like, come on. It was just so easy. They just don't look like they're connected. They don't look like I mean, even the goal, the opportunity that Bruno missed. Bruno that means what he
didn't even need to blast that ball. The keeper was going low. If you just
Bruno won't miss that shot, man. At least Bruno has it on shot. At least Bruno normally would have that on target.
I think Bruno just careless there. He was just
I think blast it because he doesn't care, man. Like and this started as if you look at the Atalanta game, it was the same thing, and then Paul Scholes made made a very good comment after the Atlanta game. He says, well, he said, go try that against Liverpool and see what happens. Play like that against Liverpool, you get
and
slapped.
He did, and Ole is so bold.
And it happened.
He had audacity to, like, you know, I dare you, Posco. See what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna get a result. 4-0, bro. 4-0.
How stupid can he be to go and play the same team that didn't perform well in that first half against Atlanta?
Ole would do that. I think he could get away with it.
The same team again, second half. You're benching Pogba. Like, I mean, it's clear the team are not really playing for him. And I got there's some rumors. I was looking at some stuff on Twitter or whatever. I got it from this morning that some of the players, like, I think Ole's only has the backing of some of the English players or something like that or whatnot. And it's
But you mean Maguire and Shaw back in Ole? Are you serious?
Maybe it's only them. I don't know, but I heard some.
Definitely Fred will back him. Fred will back him.
Definitely.
Fred will back him. Even Fred and McTominay, they will back him. Richard, what's that? Okay, how are you? Welcome to the show.
How are you doing, guys? How are you doing?
Right. You saw the game yesterday. You were not on the podcast. Vimal and Benz were on the podcast with me, with Adam from Australia on the podcast, and we all came to the conclusion to beat this Liverpool side, the second half team would need to come in the first half against Liverpool.
Yeah,
that's the only way. Vimal and Adam said, if we use the first half team against Atalanta against Liverpool, we will be destroyed. But this guy is so bold and audacious. He's like, you know, I dare you, Postcodes. I'm going to use that team and I'm going to get a result. We were 4-0 down in first half, 4-0 down at home, front of 76,000 and more than 20 million people, 20 million watching the worldwide. And this guy is saying, I'm going to read what he said. He said, I believe in myself. What the fuck is this? Man, please. I think this guy has issues. I think he's literally disconnected completely. It was a dark day. We could see it was a dark day, brother. You saw the sign. This is Liverpool and Atlanta miles apart, and you struggled. The Ronaldo goal Atlanta, that's individual. It's still individual. Yes, Shaw made a good cross. That was it. But look at Liverpool. We were being sliced. Every move Liverpool made, we were holding our breath like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Come on. So, Richard, when you saw the first two, let's just say the first three, because they were just as bad as each other. The second goal, I don't even know what, was it the third goal where Maguire collided with Shaw? It's like a circus.
Yeah, it's one of those, the two English players just crashing into each other.
I mean, really, bro. And the ball now free. Oh my God. This is Manchester United we're looking at, not Stoke City or a team in Championship division.
I think
this is an elite club.
Stoke City are playing better than us, apparently. And where are they? The Championship?
Was that question meant to be for K, Tim? I think that question.
Actually, K.
Yeah. Sorry, say that again. That bit.
I said with the goals we conceded.
Yeah.
What happened to the defense?
The thing is, Salah didn't even have to work hard yesterday for those goals. They were just easy goals for him. By Salah's standards, if you're scoring goals that the keeper's got to make a world save or something outstanding, but it was just literally basic errors. And we were looking at Liverpool just slowed down in the second half. We could have easily took 7 or 8. It was just, it's disgraceful. And when players were saying that the Atlanta game, they were playing for Ollie, they were playing for their pride to not get knocked out of the Champions League and go into the Europa League. Yesterday, they're down tools. They know they're not going to win the league this season. So for them, it's like, what's the point?
Already
this guy's not going to win
game
anything.
8, you've already given up the title in game 8?
Yeah, the league's done. You can't be 8 points behind after 9 games and try and win the league. That means you've got to win 3 games on the bench and hope the other teams around you lose 3 games, and you've got to win all the other games.
I sort of disagree with you on that, okay? every point you made was great. I disagree with you on the league part. I don't think we'll win the league under Ollie if he was to remain. That's impossible. But there has been instances in the past. You know, look at Man City last season. I'm not comparing us to Man City.
They were behind.
They were miles behind. There's been so many times in the history of the Premier League where teams have just come from the dead. The one recent example was Antonio Conte with Chelsea. Remember when he was getting
Yeah. But you got to remember, Richard, when they won the league, they were in Europe. They didn't play midweek. Yeah, we still got to play midweek.
No. But Kay, I'm just going back to your point about, you know, we're 8 points behind. It's not
too late.
It's not too late. It's not.
But I don't think it's going to happen.
The great.
That's fair enough.
If we change the management now, it will happen.
It can happen.
You got a chance.
You've got a chance.
You got a chance, but I still think.
Finish on what you're saying, Kay.
Implement your plan.
Right.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I still think if whoever's
Ole stays on,
in now,
if Ole stays on,
it will still be a big. Oh yeah, forget it with Ole. Top 4 is even a risk with Ole. But if we get Conte or Zidane now, for them to get their plan across to the team, that's going to take a little bit of time, and it's going to ruffle some feathers, and it's not going to be. Some players are going to be upset, which needs to happen. I think as a manager, everyone needs to be kept on their toes. Ole's been too much of a nice guy, and the players that are meant to be playing are the disgruntled ones, and the ones like the Freds, the McTominays, the ones that should be squad players, they love Ole. They're like, they can't believe they're playing for Man United. It's just, but I still think, for me, Chelsea, City, and Liverpool, no matter who we get in now, we're still playing catch up. I still don't think
we would have to beat them individually at the next games we play. If the next round comes, we have to beat Chelsea, beat Liverpool, beat City to literally get up. We've already no. If a new manager, probably get but not concede.
The title's out the rate. Come on, the title conversation is out the question right now.
Yeah, you got.
I know that. I get.
Try and go for the FA Cup or Champions League and get in the top 4.
14 points from 27 available at game 8.
And you got to remember the confidence of the players has been shot to pieces. To get over that 5-0, that's gonna. In 100 years, we've not lost by that at Old Trafford. Salah's the second player to score a hat-trick at Old Trafford. I remember the last time that happened, Ronaldo, and the fans gave him a standing ovation with Real Madrid. That's
I remember that one.
Yesterday was embarrassing.
I mean, even though we got, who remembers when we got beaten by City 6-1? Mario Balotelli. Scored. That was at home, Old Trafford. But because it's Liverpool,
he got sent off. Johnny Evans got sent off in that game, and it was only 2-1 when he got sent off.
Yes, it got worse. This one is completely different because it's even worse from Liverpool, you know. And it just
4-0 at half time.
At half time, we're 4-0 down.
Yeah, we're not Tottenham. That's what happens to Tottenham. 3-0 up, and we can't be doing that, man.
It's. I don't care which way you look at it, man. I mean, this is United at home, getting destroyed. Like if you watch the interviews, right? If you watch Hendo's interview and watch Salah's interview, they were surprised that they got that kind of result. They were shocked. They were surprised. They were like, this doesn't happen at all normally. Like they're like, well, we saw the opportunity. We're like, let's make history. They were shocked.
Let's make history.
Ben, remember last season what Ollie was saying about at home we were struggling because we had no fans. What's his excuse this season?
Exactly.
You have 77,000.
Exactly. What's his excuse?
What's the excuse?
It's man. Just watching that interview from Jordan Henderson and Salah, that was like, wow.
Well, what about Maguire? What Maguire said when he came out, he said, I didn't even want to come out and do this interview. He's not a leader.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy, I don't know why. I hope if we get a new manager, please take the captaincy of the guy. Even when Ronaldo was being attacked by Liverpool players, it was only Bruno who was fighting it. Exactly. I don't think I saw Maguire in the background anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
That guy cannot lead anyone out of a one-way road, let alone leading ants to sugar. That guy's so bad, but he's captain of what exactly?
But you know why Ollie did that? Because we paid 80 million. He had to make sure that he had to play him. Because if he didn't make him captain, people were saying drop him.
Oh yeah, he did play him.
So much for him.
You saw the game against Leicester. Yeah, he did play. And what happened? First touch, goal for Leicester.
People say
he couldn't control the ball because he wasn't fit enough. He played Maguire over Bailly. just because of favoritism. And this is what we're saying. His favoritism and his stubbornness is getting him out the door where he should be.
Did you see the picture of Bailly? When I don't know what score it was, but it was on the bench like this. He had the hood over his head like this. You couldn't even see his face.
Wow.
Like,
That's
disinterested. Just disinterested.
And this guy's won titles with United. He was there when Jose won the Europa League and the Crown Cup. He was the mainstay of that team.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Richard, so as it stands, I don't know what Ole is thinking. I'm still trying to look for what he said. I know the first thing he said was, I believe in myself. I'm like, this guy, are you for real? Believe in what you have. Him and the coaching staff are working on a development. I mean, this guy must be really think we're stupid.
Okay. What Ollie's basically saying is he's working for his severance. That's all he's interested in. Now, I did say last week, I've heard, and I don't know if it's true, that he spoke to the players about resigning. If he really loved the club, he would resign.
Yeah.
If he really loved the club. But obviously, we don't live in the fairy tale world. We live in the corporate world.
Yeah.
So he's not going to leave millions of pounds on the table.
No.
Right? So if he's sacked, he'll get that severance. He'll go back to Norway, stay in his igloo for a few months, or maybe go on holiday to the Caribbean. Who knows? At the end of the day, he'll have £9 million in his pocket, right? He might not get a top job again, but he'll say, look, he'll look back at this time and say, you know what? He'll tell his grandkids there was a time when he used to lie to millions of fans all over the world that there was a process. He believes in himself, when all along he was just learning on the job. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will go down as the biggest con man in history. Yeah,
I won't be surprised, bro.
There's been some, fraudsters in society, but Ole Gunnar,
like Leicester taking 18 million off United.
That is big time fraud. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he probably should enter into the Guinness Book of Records with all the lies he's told us. Yeah, he spent 158 million on players that he doesn't even play. But then he comes out with his PR spin. I believe in myself. I believe in the process, the United DNA. And do you know what happens? Stupid fans lap it up. They lap it up every single press conference. He's talking about DNA. He's one of us. At the end of the day, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer really cared about United, he'll be like, look, I love this club. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to step aside for somebody who can do it. But the reality is he loves his pockets more than the fans.
Of course.
That's what I believe.
Of course. He's getting paid handsomely. He'll never make that paycheck again in his life. That's a manager.
Vimal.
Still, 9 million is plenty to retire on. Where are we with Ole? End of the road. We've got to the dead end now.
Can you see him being given? Do you think the Glazers let him be there till the end of the month, end of the year at least?
End of the month. End of the month. 5 days to go, probably. I don't know. Maybe. I think I'm hoping that they're reaching out and speaking to coaches and managers around the world, because we need to get someone ASAP. And if we don't find someone soon, then we have to think about who's going to be the caretaker.
Please, someone tell me that Carrick won't be giving caretaker. Please.
No.
I mean, Carrick needs to go too, man.
They'll give it to Carrick. Come on. They have to get rid of Ole. They'll just give it to Carrick for a game
or Phelan.
Phelan's not even like...
Then it's more of the same, right?
Don't give it to any of them guys. I think they'll give it to Fletcher.
That's a good point.
He's been taking part in coaching sessions. So I think they'll give it to him.
Yeah, I don't believe Carrick can do it, because Carrick, being especially CDM, was unable to train anyone in that squad to do what he did.
That's what I'm saying.
He's had 3 years to do it. So, and he should know better than anyone else how to be a CDM.
Exactly.
Train someone to do it, and he can't do that with one player or two players, and
he's
got no chance of managing.
So either he's just as thick, or I don't know.
Well, do you know what one that I heard today? They were saying when Carrick played for United, he made between 100 to 120 passes a game. But Fred's making 40 passes a game.
40.
30 of them are to McTominay. That just shows how bad you don't control games.
That is crazy.
I bet you.
When I heard that, I was like, no wonder we're
That's
struggling.
messed up.
That is
40
crazy.
passes in the whole game. You're supposed to be a defensive midfielder. Give me
But
a
the
break.
thing about it is that, right? To be fair to both McTominay and Fred, they're not CDMs.
No,
they said it in interviews that even Fred made that comment. What last week?
He said he's learning to take the ball from the defense.
Well, not even that. He came up. This was during this international break when he was playing. Was it last week during the international break? He said that his that he likes. I don't. He was implying saying that okay, that he likes being in the position where he can isn't show up in the box and basically that box to box role. That's where that's where his strength is. So he's telling you he's not a CDM. They're trying to play me as CDM at United. It's not working. It's because that's not my real position. The same thing with McTominay. McTominay made the comment a couple of years ago. He says that he sees himself as a box-to-box midfielder trying to, show up into the box and whatever. It's so Ole is trying to force these guys to play CDM. They're not true CDMs. He has a CDM in Manutd who can't really do the job for a whole 90 minutes. And then he chooses to spend the money that is given to him to get Sancho, who doesn't even get in the team. Like how stupid is that? You spend 75 mil on Sancho and he
takes a guy for 2 seasons.
Play. Huh? The guy don't get no game
for 2 years.
Yeah, it's exactly for 2 years. It's your priority for 2 years. You finally have the guy and you can't use him. You can't play him. Like he doesn't get a smell of 1 minute or 1 second in that game.
Even when he does come, you play him on the left.
Why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? This is one of the reasons why he's going to go, because the Glazers are money men, right? They're going to say, "Hang on, wait,
you're wasting money."
You Van der Beek, Pellistri, Ahmad, Sancho,
exactly.
Who else?
On the right.
All these guys, and you're not playing them. You're wasting our money, mate. You know.
Exactly.
You know, you're making our bank.
I even forgot Pellistri. I forgot Ahmad. There are still people on the right. None of them ever played. Don't forget, there's still Lingard there. There's still Lingard still there.
Yeah, he's saying he wants to keep Lingard. Like and then there's talk. Okay, Donny was trying to leave in the summer. Okay, I want to leave. I just need to play football. And then he comes in and he stops Donny from moving. But you still don't play the guy. Like,
but you know why he did that, Benz? He's playing on Donny's good nature because he knows Donny's not a sort of guy to poison. He's poison at the pram, and that's why I think that's bad for Molly. You're basically taking advantage of someone's good nature. If that was someone who's destructive, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Oh no, you can't
do that to someone like Tevez. Man went and played golf for 3 months. Like, come on, like, you can't be doing that. You're destroying people's careers by doing that as well.
Yeah, that's true. He really is. And then when you see Donny having that interview with Rio Ferdinand in that 505, he comes out and he speaks. He's basically saying, "Look, give me game time, or I'm gonna go." And then he throws his gum during whatever game that was. You could see the guy's pissed, man. And so to me, I mean, there's a chance that Ole is like he's pissed that Donny went on a Bible fight about Rio's thing.
Definitely.
I think that's not helping Donny's case at all. But what do you expect a guy to do, man?
Well, you gotta remember he was a regular international. The World Cup's next year. He's been dropped.
Yeah, he didn't come in the Euros.
Yes, he's been dropped. He didn't. He was dropped this last national break. Yeah, that's true.
Man.
He's been dropped.
Imagine the guy had the chance to go to Real Madrid. And he chose United to come and sit on the bench.
Yeah, to come sit on the bench.
Mate. So, as it stands, we got Spurs on Saturday. Is Ole still in charge? Richard?
Oh, man. Richard, please tell me, man. Tell me.
No, he's not in charge.
Oh.
No.
I hope you're right, Richard, man.
We once we get a replacement for this guy, and once we settle on a caretaker manager for however long, that's when the news will be announced. I mean, we've seen all the briefs today. Yeah, you've seen it. I've seen it. These briefs, there's a pattern with these briefs. Every single time a manager gets sacked, there's stories of player discontent, talking about tactics. You know, there's so many briefs being leaked out. Yeah, it's only a matter of time that this gets announced. He's not going to be here over the weekend. I actually think he's packed his bags already and booked a first-class flight back to his hometown in Norway. He's promised his mum and dad that he'll be having an early Christmas.
He'll be having 10 turkeys.
Yeah, I already.
You guys are cold. You guys are cold. Vimal, are you seeing him on the touchline on Sunday and Saturday at White Hart Lane?
Well, he's never on the touchline anyway.
He's looking at his
He's
monitor.
always on his iPad. He's always on his iPad.
He was on the touchline for long periods, not even using. He didn't. He was just standing like this.
Yeah, sign language.
He was shocked. I think he was too shocked to move.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was so bad. Klopp, at 70 minutes, Klopp just went to sit down like, what's the Liverpool captain's name? Henderson. You manage the team. I think we're done. We're good here. Nothing for me to instruct. Henderson, you take care of the next 20 minutes. I'll just sit back and relax. If another goal, I think they actually took the foot of the.
I think so too. I think so too.
Yeah,
I think they kind of felt so like, you know what?
If it was a boxing match, we would have thrown in the towel first half.
Yeah.
But that second half was just punishment.
Yeah.
It's Champions League next week, isn't it? So they took the foot off the gas.
They did.
Yeah, true. It only makes sense they took the foot off the gas, yeah.
Then when Ronaldo got disallowed, I thought, you know what? Then the Cavani one that hit the inside of the post that came out, I thought, United are not going to score. They will play that game for another 2 hours. United still won't score a goal. It was that kind of game.
Yeah.
They were not, they weren't ready. Did you guys think Pogba should have, some people say Pogba shouldn't have gotten it wasn't a red. No, some people say Ronaldo should go a red card. Vimal, do you agree?
I mean, to see Ronaldo do that was so out of character. I think he's really pissed off with everything that's going on. He just lashed out. I was disappointed for him to do that because I can see he was trying to get the ball back, but he did lash out on the player. I think a yellow is fair. I don't think he should have been sent off. I think Pogba's challenge was a bit reckless, but he does silly things like that. Right. Every now and
again.
Because
he didn't know how bad it was because he got up already ready to move it along.
Yeah, but if you watch it in slow motion, it was actually a lunge and it was 2-footed and studs were up. And his right foot went above the ball. And caught the player. So that was a bit dangerous. So, the fact that his studs were showing was the reason he got a red card. I think that if he had a system and a team and a process that he believed in, I don't think he would have been as reckless. But I think that it's become so gung-ho with this team and, a lack of direction, a lack of system, that these guys are just doing whatever they want now. There's a lack of discipline, a serious lack of discipline. You won't see that type of lack of discipline with well-drilled teams, unless there's a moment of madness, but it's rare. We don't see it much with City. We don't see it with Klopp. These guys are really well-drilled and they've got a system they believe in. We don't have any of that. We're far off it.
Okay. The red card and the yellow card. Should Ronaldo have gotten a red? Some idiots, some Liverpool fan, she should be sent off because it was Ronaldo. Didn't send him off. I thought that was a yellow.
No, I don't think it's a red. And because it's Ronaldo, he was never going to get a red. The Pogba one, I think he came on. He thought, we're losing anyway. I think he did it on purpose. Partly, I think he thought this guy's disrespecting me, putting me on the bench. You want me to sign a new deal, and you're disrespecting me like this. Why should I play for you? Like, I think a lot of those players already in their head were like, this guy's a rubbish manager, and we're going to be stuck with him for so long. But they're just so, I won't say so professional, but they just don't want to be bad-minded out him because he's a club legend. If he wasn't a club legend, some of the stuff that would be going on, it'd be. All he's lucky that he's a club legend. Otherwise, he'd be getting disgraced.
He's losing that status now, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think people need to separate, and I've come to that realization. We need to separate only the player, only the manager.
But a lot of fans are still loyal to him. Yeah. Like for me, I'm judging you as a manager. I'm not the player thing. Well done, you did that. That's history. Like I'm not going to keep you as a manager because of what you did as a player.
Exactly.
Like it's not on. Like this is Man United. We shouldn't be thinking like, sentiment FC. We're not a small club.
That's what I'm saying. We have to separate emotions and sentiments. Yeah. He's been poor. And we've just been papering over the crowds, relying on individual. Last season, Bruno and those individual things from Rashford and Bruno got us out. And Cavani a lot last season. Yeah. This season, those teams have also risen. They've improved their teams too. So we can't even beat them teams anymore.
But look at all the big clubs. Look at Pirlo. He's a bigger player than Solskjaer was ever at Juventus. They got rid of him. There's no sentiment.
Yeah, exactly.
Lampard, bigger players than Solskjaer. Chelsea got rid of him. There's not like this club is just taking a mick, and they're using it as a way to keep the fans down. The Glazers are not. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
Right, Bems. Was it a red card for Pogba, yellow card for Ronaldo, or red for Ronaldo as well?
No, it wasn't a red for Ronaldo for me. I mean, the guy was pissed, man. He looked so angry, man, and I mean, he's just like what Vermont said. He's so angry about what's going on. You could tell it in his face. But yeah, that wasn't a red for me. It's just the yellow card was fair. But the fact that only Bruno was the only player that came to separate Ronaldo.
I know. Where was Maguire?
That was like, wow, like no one else is coming. And it's like to Ronaldo, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm sorry, excuse my language.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, feel free.
I'm not the only one pissed here. I'm trying to, like, I'm showing passion here. The rest of my team members is not doing anything. But
you guys are unfair. You guys are too unfair to Maguire. Maguire is not going to run all the way from his end.
Yeah, he's never done that.
Maguire's too slow. He's slower than a tortoise running through porridge. It's too unfair to ask him to go run up the pitch to go and back up Ronaldo. You guys are unfair.
It just shows you there's no unity. It just shows you. Remember Chelsea when they were quite the ref, and obviously as a captain, you have that opportunity to go over because you're the captain. Yeah. The ref won't book you. He'll say, "All right, captain, come in." But he's not a leader.
Ever since Martial got sent off in the 6-1 dropping from last season.
Remember that.
Maguire was that close. He was that close. He didn't say anything. He was just like, man, please.
In my opinion, I think we need. I mean, because in my opinion, I think we need another center back because Lindelof is not the answer. Bailly, you can't trust him because he's injury prone. I think we need another center back. Varane is not enough because Maguire is not going to be able to do it. But when it comes to Pogba, yeah, that was a red card, man. And
red card.
And looking at Pogba's face and looking at the way he went into that tackle, that guy is doing it because he doesn't care anymore, man. He's not like, Pogba makes rash challenges. At that point, he knows he makes rash challenges every once in a while, but he knows the game is lost at that moment. You just come in.
When we're already 4 down, or was he already 5?
You're 4 down. If you look, right, there was before that, he loses the ball right in the middle of the pitch, and they almost go and score. Like you could tell. Even he was trying to make it look like he was trying, but he really wasn't trying, man. This is PP. This is one of the best midfielders in the world. If he's really playing for the manager, you would tell, man. And that tackle right there was like, I don't care anymore at this point in time. The sooner we get this guy out, the better it is for our season. Because I really think the players, they know that the only chance they have on getting a good silverware this season, or the only 2 chances, is FA Cup and Champions League. I think they believe in that Champions League trophy without Ole, not with Ole in charge. So
Richard,
trying to get him out early.
Yellow card for Ronaldo, was it justified, or red should have been given? And red card.
At first when I saw it, I thought, that could be a red. But looking at it again, I think a yellow card's the right decision. You could just see that he was passionate. Like Vimal said, it's sort of
the fans were cheering.
Yeah, and also Ronaldo knows the history of this fixture, right? He knows what Liverpool and Man United means to the fans. So I think it just got to him. He got to his head, and he's just kind of really like annoyed.
He just walked off after the game. He just walked.
Ronaldo's a winner, so he's probably thinking of himself and thinking, I'm just being embarrassed in front of 20 million fans worldwide.
Yeah,
because of this guy. He just lost his head. Pogba, on the other hand, I defend Pogba quite a lot, but nah, you can't defend that, man. That was a red card.
Straight red.
Yeah.
So he's a 2-match ban now, right?
I think it's a 2 or 3 match ban. Him smiling at the end of it. Look. For me, I wasn't comfortable with that smile, right?
But sometimes people use that smile just to it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Because I do that a lot when things are just like, it's like a smile.
I don't think it was a defense mechanism. It was like, okay, look, you left me on the bench. I'm going to show you. So I don't care. That's what it signified to me. So him doing that tackle, red card. the smile at the end, yeah, you got to wisen up there, Paul, man. Yeah.
It's a good point. It's a good point you make, Richard, because you say about that smile at the end. There's a bit of self-sabotage going on. I saw it yesterday as well when they conceded the ball in midfield. They just jogged after the players, whereas every time Liverpool were trying to track back, these guys were sprinting after us, chasing us down, hunting us down. Fred, McTominay, various others were just jogging around when they lost possession, and that's how all the goals were conceded.
Yeah,
so there's an element of self-sabotage going on.
Self-sabotage. That these guys are not playing for the manager anymore.
You think they've given up?
No, I mean, Pogba doesn't want to waste his career playing under this guy. Ronaldo doesn't want to waste his last 2 or 3 years playing under Oli. Bruno Fernandes, he wants to start winning big trophies. So
especially in England, he came from Portugal where he was winning. So he's come to an elite league to win something, and he's dealing with this guy.
I think
Varane is a World Cup winner. He's left Real Madrid.
Yeah,
to be fair, he wasn't on the pitch yesterday, but I reckon there's a lot of players in that dressing room. People like.
Let me read what Ole said today. I do believe in myself. I do believe that I'm getting close to what I want with the club. I think that that part made me laugh. I think that what we've done, what I've seen, the development, of course, of results lately haven't been good enough, but we've got to keep strong and believe that we've been doing and coaching stuff and the players are doing a good job.
Did Joe write that?
It's like,
who wrote that?
The thing is, he's saying, I believe in what I want, not what the fans want, what he wants. I'd love to ask him, what do you want? Because it doesn't sound like he wants the same thing as United.
He said, I've got to keep strong. I do believe in what we've been doing. The coaching staff and the players. He believes in the players. He believes in the coaching staff. He believes in himself. Who is this guy fooling?
Kids believe in Father Christmas. It's not real.
What does he believe in? Having the worst stats out of all 20 teams.
I don't think he's seen these stats, bro. I don't think he sees this.
Guys,
because
he's delusional.
That's a serious question.
Yeah, he's gotta be delusional, man.
If you guys were to be appointed the heads of Google or the CEO of Google tomorrow, right? You'll know deep down that you're not. It's out of your depth that role, right?
Yeah. You can always tell.
They've trusted you to take the role. Isn't it about self-preservation? You're going to want to sort of keep hold of that job, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what Ollie's doing. He knows he's not good enough.
Yeah. I think you're very right, Richard.
As self-preservation for him, because
the problem
after this, where does he go?
The problem is that he's in the limelight. He's got millions and millions of people seeing what he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Atalanta game was a prerequisite of this. The only difference was we changed it up in the second half. That first half was what was this.
No,
actually, did you not see him clapping the fans as well?
I think the team changed it up, not Solskjaer.
I think there was a big difference between Atalanta. Okay, it was similar, right? Put it this way: Atalanta first half and our first half was similar. The big difference, though, we were down 4-0 by halftime.
That's a big difference.
That is a big difference.
Because it was a better team.
Exactly.
Liverpool didn't even get a second gear. They didn't even come out of second gear, Liverpool. They didn't play their best game of the season.
Yeah, they weren't playing their best. If you like the thing, okay, we talk about Brentford, right? Brentford gave Liverpool a good game. Brentford came back and equalized 3-3.
Newly promoted team, bro.
You cannot tell me. I'm sorry. Even if I don't know much about football, but you can't tell me. I look at Brentford. They come and give Liverpool a good game, 3-3, with lesser players. Then United we just somehow don't know how to play football. They're supposed to be the biggest club in the Premier League with one of the richest squads. And you tell me we can't come back from, come on, bro. Come on.
No, even at 2-0, I think at 2-0, United were like, remember, I don't know if it was the second or third goal, but the cross came across the goal. I had two Liverpool players just waiting to tap in at the far post. Man. Where was Wan-Bissaka and De Gea? He didn't even come out to try and close it. He just stayed on his line like.
See, I'll tell you this, man. It was that bad before the game. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna roll the dice. We're playing. Salah's playing United. Salah's on my team.
Oh, he was having a field day.
Salah. I'm gonna bet on Salah against us. And man, when he was scoring, I was like, God damn! I was like, well, I guess my fantasy worked out pretty well this weekend. I mean, it is that bad that I mean, I would normally not captain Salah against United, but
same.
This season, ooh, I was like, if I don't take advantage of this opportunity, and guess what?
48 points.
Guess where I'm at now? I'm first in the fantasy. This is where we are. Because of Salah.
This is where we are as a football club. When Ole started, I don't know if it was the players or McTominay, when they started saying United are the underdogs, when did United become underdogs at home to Liverpool? You already know, they already knew they're going to get beat. It's how much beat were they going to get? Was it going to be a 2-1, a 3-2 beat? Not 5-0. This beat is not like, we're not even in the same category, but we're like, you know what, you're not even in our same category. We're not in the same bowl of water. You're in the same different pool. Liverpool, they just humiliated us. They could have beaten us more. They could have. But I think they just wanted, out of respect, like, you know, let's not get this guy, humiliate them more. Like, I think 5-0 is enough. And they didn't play any, after the 5th goal, they just, you know, kicked the ball around, kept the ball.
They stepped it down, man.
It was sad. It was sad. But Ole, you know, he was out there signing autographs at the car park, taking pictures with the fans. It looked like a send-off to me, but I'm hoping it is a send-off because I don't feel I could enjoy this anymore because the season is too early and it's so long to still work this. So, I don't know where I was reading it. Oh, he might be giving a defensive midfielder. No, I did a live stream today, and someone posted something in the live stream like Ole is going to be giving a defensive midfielder to the end of the season. I said, nah, this is not going to work. He has all the tools. He still can't deliver.
Excuses.
Till the end of the season,
it's just a Band-Aid, isn't it?
Until January.
It's a Band-Aid.
It's a Band-Aid.
You can't buy anyone to the. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on.
Look at that team. Look at that team.
Any manager who has that team will be ready. Like,
they're rubbing their hands together.
Ooh, Conte is like this.
Conte, Pep, they love that team.
Oh, yeah.
But you see, I don't know what press conference. Was it the Atalanta press conference when he said, was it the press conference before Liverpool that he was praising Fred? He literally was over praising Fred. I felt like, come on. Are you and Fred, is there more to this? Or is there, it was so much. He was showering this guy praises. Fred must be stroking his chest like, am I really that good? You see what I mean? but when you see that, okay, he said 2 of them should be defensive. That's 2 people doing one job, and they can't even get it right. Well, so okay. You said you're saying you're going to play a back 6. How do you still concede 5 goals with a back 6 then?
Who was it that played as sort of a defensive midfield for Liverpool? It was Henderson. Was it Keita? Keita, yeah. Those 2
CDM in that game.
Had this. Yeah, but they played as a CDM. They were cleaning up in midfield, and those 2 worked really good as a unit. They stayed close together, and they kept the ball amongst themselves and then distributed. Now, how many times do those 2 play together compared to McFred? Not that often, right?
No,
because it's Hendo and someone else, and Hendo doesn't even play every game. But those 2 showed McFred, look, this is how you do it, and we don't even do this normally for our team. McFred do this week in, week out, and they can't even do the basics right. It's absolutely shocking. And then obviously conceding the ball, they just jog around. Absolutely atrocious.
Like I said, the defensive shape just went out the window. It's like I don't even know where Wan-Bissaka was when the second or third goal when it went. 2 Liverpool guys were waiting to tap the ball in, literally at the far post. 2 of them, no one beside them, no one there. I'm like, how bad is this defense?
I was watching the interview after the game, the interview between Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher.
Oh, Gary Neville, you need to go sit down. It's an idiot.
And them, they were all in there, and then there was talk about like that United, they told Ole that they wanted to, that they're not that like basically the players saying, basically telling Ole that they think that they're a pressing team, that they want to go out. And so apparently they pressed during that game against Liverpool. And you press against Liverpool, you gotta be good defensively because you're gonna get slaughtered. And then
if you lose the ball,
like what if that's true, how stupid can you be to implement a style that you don't really do against Liverpool, a team that will destroy you? That was one dumb thing. And then two, Gary Neville was talking about, well, like, I mean, they were loading Gary Neville, and I was like, hey man, so I mean, what will you say about Ole now, man? Like, do you sack him? Is he good enough? And
what did he say?
For some reason, Gary Neville couldn't. Gary Neville was saying, no, I can't tell you that I'm going to sack him. I can't. And there was talk about, okay, what about replacing the coaches? And he said that would not work. For some reason, Gary Neville cannot open his mouth and say Ole is not good enough. It was like, I mean, and everyone else, even Jamie Carragher was like, man, dude.
Well, Benz, you know why? You know why he would never do that? Because he owns Hotel Football, and they're opposite Old Trafford, and they still got business interests. So he will never come out and slate, because that's him just cutting off his hands to spite his face.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned that, because Saeed said that there's certain people that are not allowed into Hotel Football.
Yeah, there is.
Opposing views against Oli. So now what you're saying makes sense. I didn't get why he's saying that.
Yeah.
Really? They can't go into the hotel if they're against.
You can't go into the hotel.
No,
if you're a certain person, that's why Goldbridge, he can't go in there.
Does Oli have an interest in the hotel?
Wait, so if you have
financial interest?
No, I don't think Oli.
No.
So if you go against the club,
randoms like me and you can probably go there if we've got the money, right? But I mean, certain figure, you know,
in the limelight.
Saeed said that on his channel today.
So if you're Ole out, you can't. If you're Ole out and you are like a big figure, you can't go into Hotel Football.
No, they'll block you.
But basically, he's saying it's become like a dictatorship. Certain people are not allowed in that hotel. And in fact, let me.
Okay, wait.
But who's dictating that?
But who owns Hotel Football?
You got to remember, Gary Neville, all them guys own that hotel.
But if he owns Hotel Football, he should be able to say whatever he wants to say. He's the owner.
No, but it's for United fans. No, the main reason he built that hotel was for United fans.
That's kind of funny. That means the hotel's more of a fortress than Old Trafford now.
Yeah, exactly.
I was wondering what angle for Matt was coming from. No, the defending. I need to close my eyes.
That makes sense now.
The defense all over the place. It's like they were not even there.
But did you watch the highlights of the game? I watched it earlier on today.
Right.
There was a common theme with all 5 goals. Did anyone spot it? Where they occurred from?
Maguire and Shaw.
Every single goal was on Luke Shaw's.
Oh, Shaw.
Yeah.
Right.
He was vacant. He wasn't even in that space defending that territory.
That's what
he was either running into Maguire or going into midfield or going into going too far forward. That space was always vacant.
You know, but isn't that what you tell? Don't you tell a player, instruct the player, tell him to stay at the back? Aren't you passing instructions across? Isn't that his job?
I think it was intentional, man, for him not in that position. I think
possibly. But I also noticed that all the players were ball watching. Yeah. So when Liverpool had the ball, they were just watching the ball. They weren't watching who's around them. They weren't watching for the vacant spaces. Everyone was fixated on the ball. And obviously, I don't know how many you've played football, but if you just ball watch, you're going to get slaughtered. And it just looked like Sunday league football.
They're reactive instead of being proactive. In football, they always talk about triggers. Like with United, remember when Dean used to say, when Fred got the ball, press. Like United, there's no triggers for anything they do. It's just get the ball, look to pass it. It's like so many people, like McTominay's the worst for it. He'll do a thing where we call it hiding for the ball. Where Fred will get the ball.
I've seen that,
He'll make sure he's in a place where you can't really give him the ball because he doesn't want to make a mistake.
Right.
And you can't have that CDM. That's why people
it's called being in the shadow or something, isn't it?
Always shows for the ball. Always shows for the ball, no matter what.
It's called being in the shadow. So you make yourself unavailable to receive the ball.
Bruno does, to be fair, as well. He doesn't hide. And Fred. Fred doesn't hide from the ball.
Yeah. Fred doesn't hide. Fred doesn't
hide. He's just the scapegoat now.
Fred, in most cases, when you give the ball to Fred, he's trying to get the ball back that he already lost when they passed the ball to him at first instance. So he's chasing the ball back that he just received.
No, you're showing the guy up, man.
True, bro. No, Fred is.
I
will simply.
You watch. You talk, a decent manager comes in. Fred will look like a different player. Trust me. If you give Fred a system to play in, he'll be a.
I thought he's in the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer system right now.
Yeah, Ole don't have a system.
Ole got no system, man.
Hope for the best.
Like if Ole was smart yesterday, he would have put 5 in that midfield, packed that midfield, play 3 at the back, 5 in the middle. Cavani and Ronaldo up top.
But you see, he don't have a plan B. That's the problem. When things are going back at 2-0, any man do that change things. 3-0, 4-0, you're still standing by the touchline looking like, where my individuals?
That's true. That's telling, man. For him not to change it, I would expect, like, I mean, okay, if that was Jose Mourinho, and is in first half, 3-0 down. Oh, Jose is making subs. He's changing it. That's it. He's gonna change that first half. But you go into the locker room, you come back second half, and you basically play the same team. Like, at what point would you think of damage limitations? Maybe.
But did you not hear what Oli said? I think he said at 3-0, we still had a chance or something. I was like, are you deluded?
3-0, it had a chance at Liverpool.
Yes, Liverpool.
This is what I'm saying. When a guy can say, I believe in myself, and he says, I do believe in what we've been doing, the coaching and the players. That's a madman.
Do you believe that he believes that?
No,
I don't
I
believe that he believes that.
Okay, I do think that he believes in himself.
You think he believes that?
Yeah, every day he wakes up thinking, wow, I just blagged my way to the biggest club in the world. I can do anything. You know, that's going to give anyone, you know, a false sense of superiority. Well, he's just frauded his way to the biggest job in the world. So, of course, he believes in himself.
I think he should have, caretaker should have been his final point there, stopped. There should have been, because when he got the job, we know that towards the end of that season, he got the job fully. We started losing games badly because we had Herrera, Matic, and Pogba in that midfield.
Yeah,
that season. Then they let Herrera go, and we all know what happened then. We got his first season, he bought Daniel James.
But remember, he lowered the standards. As soon as he came in, he lowered the standards.
Big time. He's like,
when did he ever say this is a title winning team this season or last year in the summer? We bought Ronaldo, Sancho, and Varane, and we got worse.
Exactly.
Sancho doesn't even play.
He said over the weekend it's too early to be talking about titles.
Too early.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
Tell that to Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City that it's too early to talk about titles.
Imagine if Mourinho said that. The fans would be right.
They would have said, "Oh, he's very. How could he be saying that? United are all about that." See, everything Neville was running his mouth against Mourinho is worse with Ole, and he's not saying a single word.
No, he's not saying anything. They're telling us to trust the process. Well,
there's nothing. If there's a process to trust, yes, there is, but there isn't.
Trust the process. Oh man,
that defense.
I still hear fans saying that today after we got beat yesterday. Trust the process. Can you believe it?
No, my Liverpool friends. I've tried not to respond because there's nothing to respond to.
Yeah,
you know, they're sending pictures of us being beaten and different. It's all over the place. There's one they said they're always looking for a job for. What job was this for? I think I was forwarded to you guys.
HGV driver, innit?
HGV driver. Since the wheels have come off, he could drive another.
He could drive another. It's funny, man. 18. But you know, I've been saying this.
Yes,
I've been saying this about Ole for the past. I've been saying this.
You said there's no strategy. There's no pattern of play. You've been saying this, and I get it. And I said.
They keep giving me hell, like, oh, Bems doesn't know what he's saying. Bems is too negative. I'm too negative. I'm negative for a reason. I know I'm negative because, I mean, for me,
the only reason why people, I'll give you an example yesterday. Ben sat beside me, right? This is typical Bems. Liverpool were now 2-0 down. Any United fan, you think you want to hear another person saying, I said this was going to happen? Brothers, help me here. Richard, come on. Vimal. Do you want to hear that at that moment? No. But Ben will say it like, I said it, you know, this is what I said. I'm like,
actually, what I was saying, right? I said when we were 2-0 down, I said, and Liverpool are not even playing Fabinho.
Yeah, and I said, do I care? I'll tell you, Ben, what did I say to you, Ben? What did I say to you at that moment?
Yeah, you said you didn't want to hear it, but
I don't want to care who's not playing for Liverpool at that moment.
But guess what? I didn't have to say much, but before halftime, we're 4-0.
Like that is what I'm saying. I don't care what Liverpool lineup was there. Whoever, even if they had Jack and Jude playing, they're still better beating us at the moment. So even if they didn't have the world-class players, this team is still destroying us. That's the point I was making. You were in that, like, I told you so, team. Joe just said, oh, that's you and Tim's conversation. I don't want to hear about it. Sorry, but I don't. Joe just didn't want to hear anything Benz wanted to say yesterday.
But guess what?
After the game, Joe shook Ben's hand and said, you know what? I'm Ole out.
Oh, finally!
Finally.
Wow!
Official,
yeah? Breaking news.
He's at work now. He's at work.
Wow.
That's breaking news.
Breaking news.
He actually said he's Ole out.
Yeah,
he said it's done. He said this is on. He said he can't do this anymore. He said he can't do this.
Did he actually think we were gonna win yesterday?
Yeah. No. He said they were gonna lose, but he expected 2-1, 3-2.
Oh, when I saw that lineup, it must have been about 5-4. I said Salah's gonna run riot. And as soon as I saw Lindelof and Maguire, I knew it was game over. I was like,
let me see if I could find one of the. I think I still have it here. Let me see if I still have it.
I can't believe Joe, one of Ollie's biggest defenders is now.
You know why? He's not on the payroll anymore.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right.
You have to get a new client now.
Listen to this, guys. This was what the podcast on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Adams was talking about Salah.
What about?
This is Vimal. Listen to Vimal yesterday.
Very quiet. It's very quiet.
I really hear.
Yeah, can't hear it.
They've got a system that works, and the players.
Hey, Tim, the volume's low.
You see that? These guys already knew what Liverpool were capable of.
We didn't hear it.
We didn't hear it. The volume was low.
Okay. Oh, dang.
We're being silenced, as Gary Neville has been.
The whole everyone, but we still had people in the Houston Red Army WhatsApp group. We still had people that were predicting 3-1 and 3-2 wins though before the game.
What, for United?
Yeah. I was like, how the
you
hell?
Know what that is? That's cool.
Can you see if you can hear it now? Can you hear it now? Can you hear it now? Hold on.
Wishful thinking.
Can you hear it now? Let's see.
Oh, it's still low, man.
It's still low, but we can hear it.
Come on.
I think if we can bring the second half, but I still didn't see. I don't see the second half of that Atlanta game being the best game they've played either, because I saw things in that game, individual saves by De Gea that kept us in the game.
Well, you guys able to hear anything?
Yeah, I heard about
the Atlanta game.
Right. So what Adam was saying was, if we bring the second half to the first half against Liverpool, but if we play the first half the same way, we will be destroyed. Hey, Ole, you know what? I would give Ole one thing. He trusts himself with his stupidity. Honestly. No, seriously. You know whereby everyone has said you're full of shit? And he said, I'm full of shit, but I'm going to prove you that this full of shit can do something. And it always fails. But he always just tries to prove a point to people.
Love is blind comes to mind with Ollie and his tactic.
It's so bad.
Yeah. It's
are we being a bit too unfair on Ollie? Because, he's even pretty much...
He says he doesn't take the training, but I'm sorry, bro. He selects the team, doesn't he? He selects the team.
McKenna is doing a lot of the work behind the scenes. Mike Phelan making a lot of the decisions. So he's really just a manager. He's not really a coach. So are we being a bit harsh on him? Or should we just really...
Who selects the team? Who selects the team?
I don't think we're being harsh on him, man. At the end of the day, he's
Hold on, Ben.
No, look, we're not being harsh on him. Scrap what I just said.
Oh, all right. We're bad at that.
Should we direct
100% Ole out now? I was trying to be okay. Nah, he got to go, bro. He got to go. We can't do this for another.
I know what you're trying to say, but for me, Ole made the same mistake Moyes made. Coming to the club, brought his boys in that were experienced. If you're coming to Man United, you need people that are gonna be elite. You can lean on.
He brought his Everton crew who never won anything.
He's got people that don't know what they're doing. Like, what can McKenna and Carrick say to him? Oh, who do you think I should start? But Fred or Pogba and Matic?
I mean, look, Vimo, your background, yeah. When I see if I was to turn up to training every morning, and I'm a multiple Champions League winner, I've won World Cups, whatever, and I see these clowns telling me to do drills, I'm like, all right, mate, listen, you keep quiet. I'll start the drills in 5 minutes, right? I'm just gonna have my coffee, yeah. Just chill out. I don't think players respect these guys.
They don't.
But if you look at the guy who's coaching them from the academy, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
he
look,
was coaching under 18s.
And you know, there's a common theme with these guys.
You're talking about elite players at the highest level.
Yeah, Mike
What,
Phelan.
you're going to tell them to run around a corner?
Do you know, Adam might know a bit more about Mike Phelan than I do, but I heard that he failed in Australia with the club as well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. Well, you know, like Phelan was on one of the podcasts. I don't know if it was the Stretford Paddock, but he was saying like he's got to learn now. When he was with Fergie, he had a lot of influence. With this, what his role is now, he doesn't really have a say. And you'll notice there was a lot of games where Phelan wasn't even
never there.
Yeah. He was on the sideline, which for me, that's big alarm bells. He's the most experienced out of all of them. He's not even the assistant, and he's not at all. So
what is his position then?
I thought he was an assistant manager, but under Fergie, all these guys, they had a specific role. Fergie would basically tell them, you got to take care of this, you got to take care of this. Yeah, exactly. Feels like these guys don't really have a role or a target in mind. It's kind of like we're all chipping in. Oh, let's try and figure something out. You know, this isn't working. Let's try something else. They're learning and they're brainstorming on the job. Whereas with Fergie, he had a set designated role for each of these guys, and they were all executing well. You know, like a CEO and his managers,
board of directors,
going out and doing the job properly. With these guys, it's just like scratching head time. You know, what do we do? I can't figure it out. Why? Because
you always see Ole and McKenna and Carrick together on the bench. Them three always whispering to each other, especially Ole and Carrick. Then McKenna is always on the chip of Carrick whispering. I don't know what they're whispering because nothing ever gets changed. Nothing. Everything's down to individual brilliance.
Yeah, like they're all sitting there just talking, and then Ole sometimes he looks at this little iPad deal, and he's like, get on the freaking touchline, man. Like, what are you doing in your seats?
Oh, he was at the touchline yesterday. Oh, he was there for a very long period.
He's probably catching up on Squid Game on Netflix.
Yeah. He's Googling for
He was on the touchline yesterday for a long period in the second half.
But you know why? Because he knew his job's under pressure. He knew that he's got to fight for his life. He was backs against the wall. If he didn't stand up yesterday, it would have been pelters. Like, it would have been worse for him.
He stood there for a long time, looking into space, like shaking his head.
You see the fans booing at half time.
Yeah.
The boos that were going around Old Trafford at half time.
And people were walking out, right? Fans were walking out.
I think it was a quarter of the fans had walked out by half time. A quarter of by 70
That's
minutes.
not good for business.
Old Trafford was empty, apparently.
But
the question is, when's that banner going to start flying? I'm waiting for the banner to fly over the stadium.
It's going to happen. Out.
I don't think people do it.
There's not enough. They might not need it.
No, they don't want to do that, Tolly.
Okay, guys. You guys are in England,
we're
right?
We're all still tied to emotion and sentiments. That's why we're finding it hard to. This guy, honestly, is a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
This level is too much. The level is just this level of.
That's why the board put him in there. The board knew what they were doing when they put him there.
Yeah, he was to keep the fans chill.
They won't turn against. Some fans won't even turn against him ever. They'll just say, "Give him time, give him time, give him time."
No, we can't give him time. Like I said, I do believe in myself. Anyone would say that when you're failing, when you want to keep a job.
Lip service, isn't
it? My question now is when do you think we're gonna get the news Ole is sacked? Like I'm waiting for that news. I can't
in the next 24 hours, I reckon.
I doubt it.
But once they've secured a replacement manager, and like what Richard said, they know who's gonna be the caretaker manager. They'll announce it. They were never gonna really announce it quick. They want to give Ole time to disappear slowly, then get a replacement, because obviously it's too raw to do it straight away. It's too raw to get rid of them.
But you see, especially for Ole's status. Remember Mourinho? We lost at Anfield on the Sunday 3-1. He was sacked the next day.
Straight away.
Yeah, he was sacked straight away. So why? Because
Ole is a club legend. So they want to be kind of pacify the situation.
No, but which coach was it? Moyes that was allowed to take training, the full.
Moyes was in training. He got fired. Van Gaal had just won the FA Cup. He was.
They didn't even tell him he was sacked. He found out on Sky that he was sacked.
No, but Moyes was the worst one because they allowed him to turn up to Carrington. He took the training session and they fired him. So I think that if you see images of Ollie coming to training tomorrow, it doesn't mean that he's staying.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean.
But you know what I heard today, that they cancelled training today, apparently. Right. But I don't know how true that is. No. It's the day. It's the players' day off. It's the players' days off. But you know, normally they're coming for recovery. So that's alarm bells. Normally day after a game.
That 5-0, they need to all go sit down and play the video back. I hope the defenders go look at themselves and where was I? Where I'm not even the footage. Where am I? Because you were never there.
Shambles.
They didn't want to, but
Luke Shaw got lost.
But Fabrizio Romano has been making a state. He said that the club hasn't been in contact with anyone yet.
They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that, but until it's signed. They will never come out and say that.
They never told us they were in touch with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Don't forget.
Even Mourinho, when we got him, they longed out for ages. That was done way before they announced it.
Do you know who they've
So let me ask you a question. Who do you think
in the running?
It looks like I'm hearing more of Conte. I'm hearing more of Conte than Zidane.
It'll be Conte than Zidane too.
I don't think Zidane will want to come in at this time. The time is not right for Zidane.
I don't think Zidane will want to come because he doesn't speak the language. He does. I don't
think the owners.
They'll get him an interpreter. That won't be a problem.
I don't think
he likes Conte, right? You think Conte is going to be the guy?
Yeah, it's going to be Conte, I think.
Does Conte speak English? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's been in the Premier League, remember?
He just won the Serie A last season, didn't he?
Inter Milan, yeah.
I just remember that today, that he won Serie A last season. So he is a league title winner in multiple places. And this clown hasn't even given us a Carrington Cup.
Do you know something, though? Do you think Conte is the right fit?
No, I don't think
I don't think he's a winner, but I don't think he's the right.
I'd rather go with Zidane than Conte, personally.
I'd rather go with Zidane, Ten Hag from Ajax, and maybe Enrique.
What has Ten Hag Ajax? What has he achieved though? Has he won trophies? What's his?
His CV he's won multiple Dutch leagues.
Yeah,
and he has a system of football. He has a pattern.
Of course, man.
Ajax, they got.
Did you look at the scoreline yesterday? Ajax versus Dortmund, 4-0.
Yeah, he plays brilliant football. Enrique, I would love him.
Nah, they want Luis Enrique from ex Barca.
I know he's a good manager now.
Yeah, he's a good manager.
Maybe
even Mancini. I said Mancini would do a job for United.
Yeah, because he's won.
Mancini wasn't he ex-Man City?
Yeah, Man City, Inter.
Yeah, that's fine.
He wasn't really a legend at City. Like he did a lot of good things.
He won, wasn't he? He won the first Premier League with Aguero. Remember?
Okay, so. Richard, who do you think we're gonna get then? Since who do you think?
This I honestly don't know. The talks are about Conte, but I don't know how Conte. Look, if we get him, I'll back him to the hilt. But I don't know how Conte.
Anybody but Ole.
Yeah, exactly. My nana can take the role for all I care. Ahead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't care. But I don't think that Conte's personality is a good fit. He's quite.
That's what I heard. He's a hothead.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's quite a volatile character.
He actually quit Inter because after they won the title,
he fell out with the owners.
Yeah, because they refused to invest. They started selling all the best players.
That's
even at Chelsea. He wanted Lukaku, and they gave him Morata. That's why he fell out with Chelsea.
Yeah, so he's quite a volatile character. Is he a winner? Yes. Can he win things with United? 100%. But would you be there for another year or two and then just go fall out with a few players?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's my fear that it'll be another like.
But has Conte stayed anywhere for a long period of time? Or is it?
Wasn't it Juventus at his first stint when Pogba was playing? He played.
How long was he there for?
I think it's 4 years.
Was he there for 4 years?
I think it was. Let me double check. I might be checking.
3 years.
I think with Conte,
4 years at United, I'll take him right now. The full 4 years.
Exactly that.
4 years. I take 4 years.
But that's a long
time. The way the owners are.
Yeah.
3 years.
The way the owners are, come on, man. He's gonna make some he's gonna cause some trouble.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Richard,
with Conte.
Sorry,
can you hear me,
have you got
guys?
the information about Juve?
Yeah, go on, Vim, I can hear you.
3 years.
3 years. What did he win? I think he won a few trophies.
Oh yeah, he won multiple trophies. So on his list for him, Serie A as a manager, 2011, 2012, 2013.
He's a serial winner.
He was there.
He's a
Premier
serial
League,
winner.
Oh yeah.
FA Cup, Serie A again with Inter Milan last season. He's been to the Europa League final.
He's a serial winner.
His record in Europe is not great though.
Yeah, he wants to win the Champions League. I think one of the what he wants, if he wants to go into a team, he wants a team that can win a Champions League. Can this United team win a Champions League?
I think so.
If they're well coached,
they can.
Yeah,
they can.
Yeah.
And the thing is with Conte, he's not a stooge. He's not going to be like a sit up and shut up type of manager. He doesn't want to see his teams dismantled. And that's the reason he's falling out with the owners of various clubs, because they're selling away his best prize assets. Selling his best players.
Yeah.
He doesn't want that. He wants to build a stronger team, and so he's willing to take on the Man United project because he knows that we've got the financial muscle to keep our best players and pay the best wages. And that,
and the squad he's inheriting is amazing.
Yeah,
any manager would want to inherit this squad. Any manager.
That's true. That's true. How can I say? Well, gentlemen, we have come to the end of the show. It's been a great discussion about Ole, and I'm gonna ask last question to everybody. Vimal, is he gone before Saturday?
I hope so. I have to go and consult Mystic Meg, but she said it's very likely.
All right. Bems, is Ole gone before Spurs on Saturday?
You know what? I'm gonna have to give this political response. I'm gonna have to consult with Dr. J and the Oracle.
Dr. J.
And let you get back to you.
Shout out Dr. J.
Okay.
100%. It's a no-brainer. There's no way. He was a dead man walking for a long time. Like, if he does this is the biggest magic trick he's ever played. Like, I don't know how he can even stay in the job. It's untenable. Like, he has to go. Like, right. I don't know why it's taking them so long. Well, obviously, they have to get someone in before they can sack him. But yeah, right. he's done.
Rich, is he there on the touchline at White Hart Lane?
I don't think so. No, he's gone. He's gone.
Oh man!
I think that look on his face at the end of the game showed that he was in trouble. He knew he was in trouble because normally he'll be smiling and grinning away like a Cheshire cat at the end of a bad defeat or something. But that grin wasn't there. You know, he looked like he was about to cry at the end of the game. So I think our suffering could be over.
Well, the thing is, if he's gonna go, well, then they got to do something before the next training session. Right?
Carrick or McKenna will just step in for a while.
No. I think it'll be Fletcher. I think all of.
I think it'll be Fletcher. You're right, Richard. I think
they need to get rid of all of them because then none of them are good enough.
They'll go. They'll go with him.
Well, what level is Fletcher? Has he done his coaching?
He's got his badges.
He's got his pro license though. I don't think he's got his pro license, does he?
I don't know.
Well, as a caretaker manager, it doesn't matter, does it? I don't think.
Guys, I'll be honest. I don't want Fletcher as a caretaker manager.
No way.
If it's just like for one game against Spurs, then give him a bit of work experience. We've been giving coaches work
3 years.
The past 3 years anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it?
Okay.
And to be fair, Carrick played for Tottenham as well, so it'll be like the papers are like, oh, he's coming against the team he used to play for.
That's right. Well, we've heard it from everybody. Vimal, thank you, representing the UK in the house. Thank you, Vimal. Well, Bam, the controversial one from the United States, Houston Redami, thank you very much. Kay, representing the UK, thank you. And Richard, the man who says it as it is, thank you very much for joining us today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We've had a great day today. I hope we're all hoping for the news. We all expect that him and his crew, the crew behind him out there, are all gone, and we'll see a new crew with positivity and a strategy that could take this great club to where they belong. Because we are completely gone backwards with all the money and all the talent we've had in that team. How could no one put a team together? Can that team not beat Aston Villa, Everton, Southampton, with everyone you got there? I'm sorry, mate. This guy's got to go. From us, it's goodbye, good night, glory, glory.
United.
Thank you very much. See you guys. See you guys on our next one, which will be Friday night for the preview against Spurs. So if you guys are available, I'll let you guys know. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it going to be another Halloween
Friday
special?
night for UK, Friday afternoon for us?
I hope we got a
Will it be a Halloween special?
Probably there'll be good news for maybe Ole won't be there.
Yeah.
Then. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll wait and see. All right, guys. See you guys later. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah,